So, November 1st, 1989. By the way, this is called Back in the Day When Parents Used to Take Care of Us. November 1st, 1989 was the day that I ran away. I left my father. I left that side of my family to go to another side. When I got to that side, I felt like I was loved. My first day there, my cousin Fred, he's my second cousin, I called him Uncle Fred, but he built me a bike, man. He would take me to the Park and Swap, which is just a huge flea market in Phoenix, Arizona. He'd take me to the Park and Swap like every week. Taught me about respect. My Uncle Pat, oh, man, I miss him. This man was all about blood is thicker than water. You see, my mother is who I ran away with. We were on the run, man. We crossed the state line, man. My dad had full custody. My mom had no custody. Therefore, that became federal. That's felony. She got caught, man, when we were living in Kingman, Arizona. And just by chance, my grandma, who lived in Oregon, just so happened that she was 45 minutes away in Laughlin, Nevada, kicking it with Uncle Ronald. Her and Grandpa Carl Newton. They heard the word that Mom got caught, and they came and swooped me up quick. Bam! We were in Oregon for another year. I didn't return home to Denver until 1991 in the summer. And that's when everything changed. I'm talking about childhood life. Now I'm back with my family again. It's funny, man. My name is Kirkland. Kirk in Gaelic is church. It stands for land of church. My Kirkland blood is known to be very religious, but also very sacrilegious. I bounced around and bounced around. Man, I grew up like an orphan. I was a freak. I was a weirdo. I always thought, what the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. But with Jesus, he told me, you float like a feather in a beautiful world. Jesus said, I'm the weirdo. I'm the freak. I don't belong here. And I say, no, no, no. Because you've always given me divine intervention. You were there when I was going to drown when I was 2. You were there when I broke out of my house when I was 2. And a neighbor 3 blocks down brings me home naked and says, isn't this your child? You were there when I got into that car accident. I do not know how I ended up walking away from it. I would have walked away from it. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but dang. Dude had a smashed face, and I had nothing. I mean, we hit that car head on. No seatbelt. Almost got shot at. My homie Nate stepped in. Seen a lot of stuff, man. Seen a lot. Jesus tells me that I'm wise beyond my years, that I have wisdom of a 43-year-old. And it grows and grows every day. I guess my whole point to all this is when you ain't got nobody? Jesus has you. And when you think you got people, Jesus wants you to notice when he's not around. He knows that your family will say, haha, it's good to see you. Yeah. Then why do you ignore me? Is it because I'm like my grandma? Because I'm not like her. In fact, I call her. When's the last time you called her? For Christ's sake, she was left on a doorstep back in 35 with a note that said, please take care of her. And her name is Leona, and she's still alive, pushing 80. Rich at heart, and she knows what's right. When's the last time you called her? When's the last time you went to her? You know what? Don't tell me she turned her back on you. Let me tell you something. Reach out to her and see what happens. Stroke her ego a little bit and respect her. Come down south, because that's where you're from. Your blood is from Tennessee. Don't ever forget that. Don't forget where you came from. Look at where you're headed.